Look at Dallas's starting lineup. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's CLA Stein. Then there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubats in at the center position. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Terrific talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And here is Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. Over in the corner, Doncic. 6 to shoot. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And with his vertical reach, you expect CLA Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Beverley feeling it out a bit. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. CLA Stein grabs the board. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Takes it from 10. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Pass to George. This one for 3. Porzingis with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Richardson gets a wide open look and some very quick points for him on that possession.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
George passes to Ibaka. George against Richardson. Passes it to Zubats. 16 feet away. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Doncic finds Richardson. Knocked loose. George against Doncic. Here's Ibaka. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Doncic. Banked in off the glass. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
Just another way Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
Rondo passes to Leonard. No good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Rondo against Doncic. Out to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Over Rondo. and all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Pass to Leonard. 50 seconds left to play in the first. Cousins, the pass to Mann. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard on the wing. Buries the long-range jumper.
I don't think there's anything Leonard can't do on the basketball court. He can score inside, the mid-range, long range. He'll hurt you from absolutely anywhere.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Clippers trail by 6. Rondo looking over the floor. Kennard's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And the pass to Cauley Stein. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Kennard for 3. That shot off. And so it's Dallas in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the... Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got J.J. Redick. Powell is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Brunson in at point guard.
The DeMarcus Cousins conundrum. If you respect the jumper, he can put it on the deck and go around you. Draw contact? Yes, that's there too.
A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. The shot's good from Kennard.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Marjanovic, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Outside Rondo. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Pass to Marjanovic. Now here's Powell. Pass to Brunson. Now Hardaway lets the 3 fly. Marjanovic, the tip in on the offensive rebound. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Near the 3-point line, it's Morris. Ibaka dishes to Morris. The Clippers get another chance here. Stolen by Brunson. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. 1:58 left to play here in the half. Brunson the pass to Powell. And it's Marjanovic on top of the key. Kicks to Hardaway. From deep.
Just has lost the feel in terms of scoring here in the second quarter.
They get it back. Powell the pass to Redick. 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the three ball.
Marjanovic passes to Brunson. Outside for Redick. From downtown, the Mavericks rebound. Outside Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Marjanovic, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Pass to Morris. Now the pass to Ibaka. Shot clock at 6. Over to the left wing. Doncic with the steal. Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith from the baseline. The shot that time not on target. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks up by a dozen here at the end. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and win or lose, Kenny, the Mavericks have been one of the more stable organizations. That's all for now.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Boban Marjanovic, he's really playing well.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Well, one of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Outside, George. Al Richardson. On the wing, Doncic. He feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 from Porzingis. No good on that one.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
George, no good.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Richardson dishes to Cauley-Stein. They get a hand on it. To the paint. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Richardson with it. George picks him up. All going up court. Cauley-Stein's shot is good.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. And Beverly kicks to Zubats. He dishes it to George. Zubats in the post. Working on Cauley Stein. And he gets it to go.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Dallas leading by 16. Now here's Brunson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Powell, the pass to Hardaway. Back to Powell. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
With his first shot attempt, DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Los Angeles with another miss. Mavericks leading by 16. Brunson scanning the floor. There's a minute 47 left in the third.
Oh, just very good offensive execution. Couldn't have asked for a better shot.
Rondo with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Kennard. Fast break, Dallas. Redick's got the ball. Nails the wide open jump shot. And the Mavericks lead by 21.
The focus, the precision. Once Redick gets any airspace to shoot the deep ball, he seizes on the opportunity.
Passes it to Leonard. Fires from 18. Good work there as it goes. Leonard's got 7.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Powell. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. 6 to shoot. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Clippers trail by 19. And here's Rondo. There's the dish to Cousins. The pass to Kennard. And the 3 off target. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And the wide open shot from Redick. Another 3 for Dallas.
He gets his shot off with great quickness. Redick knows he has the green light to take those.
Here's Rondo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here's Leonard from 3. And that one is off. Got it up. The shot, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. They've got Marjanovic, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Brunson in at the point guard position. Cauley Stein finds Richardson. Knocks it loose. Paul George with the steal. To the middle. Here's Beverly. Back to George. Shoots over Doncic. Kept alive. Beverly the pass to Zubats. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Zubats has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles. Doncic dishes to Richardson. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, or Kevin Durant and Kyrie?
Oof. Well, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Doncic against George. And that one, good.
We know this. Doncic is an aggressive, thirsty scorer. If you allow airspace, even in the mid-range, he's going to make you pay.
The three from George. And it's George again missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Leonard attacking. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
One of the key aspects for Kawhi Leonard's scoring per game is his ability to get to the free throw line. This guy lives there. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
From deep, George. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Kawhi Leonard, still one of the hardest working players in the league. Active on the offensive glass there.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. Back to Doncic. Here's the three. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. The shot by George, wide open. Drills it from outside.
I'll tell you, his ability to stretch the floor is crucial to this team. Pretty play.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Nobody near Leonard. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Richardson finds Porzingis. Passes it to Finney-Smith. The three for Doncic. From deep, Richardson. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Mavericks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. From deep three-point range, that doesn't go either for Doncic.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
George against Doncic. Richardson outside. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. A three-pointer off the mark. 24 seconds left in the game. The deep three from George. From beyond the arc and then some.
And that was from the parking lot. Paul George very assured from distance.
Doncic outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The busy freeways of Los Angeles. And with...
Well, guys, I'm very...
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Giles is out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. And for Los Angeles, Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's George in at the 2 guard. Now here's McCollum. Here's Lillard. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. And it's blocked. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
On defense, Portland. George way outside. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assists. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Poked away. Down low. No good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
Oh, my God. They can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Lillard finds McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard, the pass to Giles. 5 to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
George against McCollum. George with the bucket.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
The Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Pass to Beverly. Nurkic against Zubac. He kicks it to Morris. And here's George for 3. Drops in the tray. George has got 5 points so far.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Beverly wide open. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Simons. Dishes it to Covington. Passes it to Simons. To the inside. Cantor finds Anthony to stop the run. And it's good on the layup.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo. Overpowering the D and still finishes.
LA's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Leonard against Covington. Stolen by Cantor. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
So smart in these situations. Love how Covington often picks the correct route to run.
Leonard looking around. Excellent D from Cantor.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
You know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
Portland with the ball. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Cantor. And with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Inside. Back to Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Outside Rondo. Here's Leonard. No good with the layup. He got it up. He doesn't hit that one. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm now.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
They've got Rajon Rondo, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Simons surveying the D. Down low, here's Covington. Lays it up and banks it in. Covington's got his second basket of the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Rondo, good.
And really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Outside Anthony. Pass to Simons. Goes back up to the middle. Stolen.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Clippers leading by 5. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Leonard against Covington. And finished off by Leonard.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's George. He's got 5. Count that one. George has got his third bucket of the night.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And it's McCollum in the corner. 5 on the clock. The pass to Powell. Portland needs to get off a shot. Fades away. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers leading by 7. Now Beverly still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Cousins finds Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Feeds to Nurkic. McCollum outside. Lillard outside. Over Beverly. They get it again. Giles. Here's Nurkic. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. Here now the Clippers. They're on a 14-4 run. And George gets it to go.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Lillard attacking, an easy 2 points on the layup.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
On the wing, Morris. Now, here's George. And George with the stuff.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Up in time. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Called. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points and 1. And that'll do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Giles, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Lillard. Lillard again missing. And George, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 18 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Pass to Powell. Back to McCollum. From 17 feet out, Cousins pulls it in. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Morris passes to George. Shoots over Powell. And it's Portland with the rebound.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
By himself, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Now, here is George. He's got 18. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 14, and now they decide to foul intentionally. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Passes to Powell. Here's Giles. Lays it up off the glass. He has 6.
They might be behind, but you can't blame him. He has been spectacular so far in this one.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Kennard's shot is off, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Lillard scanning the floor. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Cullen passes to Lillard. And here's Nurkic, defended by Ibaka. Nurkic can't hit. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Now here's Leonard. 8 points for him. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
The decision-making of Leonard could have hit the roller, but already had the shot he wanted.
Lillard the pass to Giles. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And a wide open look for McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. Lillard against Rondo. Left side Ibaka. Nurkic with the block. And they're able to recover. Lock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Leonard. That shot missing. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Here is Lillard. He has 6. McCollum outside. Leonard against Nurkic. McCollum passes to Nurkic. To the wing right side. 3-pointer Lillard. And another 3 for Portland.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers leading by 8. Rondo with the ball. The shot missing. McCollum against Kennard. And that one's good. Lillard.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Left side, Leonard. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Rondo finds Leonard. Outside for Rondo. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Here's Simons from deep. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Ibaka is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And they pick up 2.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well, and their offense starting to show signs of life.
Now here's Rondo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Rondo is so tricky. Consistently looking to take advantage of the defense being too physical with him.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now Lillard. And George gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Beverly against Lillard. McCollum outside. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers leading by 6. Left side, George. Pass to Zubac. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his 1st foul of the game. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Covington's checked in. Cousins finds Zubac. Now, here is George. Shot clock at 5. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Nurkic.
Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And the pass to McCollum. To the paint. Here's Powell. Over Morris. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Nurkic.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac. On the wing, Morris. George against Covington. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And a switch here also for Portland. Kanter's checked in. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. 8-point game. He dishes it to Covington. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Lillard dishes to Kanter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for foul. Los Angeles leading by 8. And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Misses the 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Lillard to the middle. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And there's no doubt that Lillard is a pure scorer. But it's good to see him focus on his passing, wanting to make his teammates better.
Here's Leonard. Outside, George. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. That's tipped, and he recovers it. Zubac, that's good. Trailblazers trail by 8. Cullen passes to Kanter. Now here's Lillard, defended by Beverly. Covington wide open, he fires. The rebound by Ibaka.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Now here's Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Leonard. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 10.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Clippers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
Here's George following the score by Damian Lillard. 27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Back to George. Puts it up from 12. And that one hits back iron. And here are the Trailblazers, trailing here by 8. Lillard against Beverly. From 13, that one falls.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
So the Clippers with the win. Probably a little. David, thank you. The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles, and the freeways of L.A. all pink. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Barton in at the 2. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Morris in at the small forward position. Here's Murray. Feeds it to Bol. Back to Murray. Unloads from 13. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Murray outside. Off target with his 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Ibaka with the ball. Now Bol defending. Outside for George. Takes a 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
And George kicks to Morris. No good there. Nice D from Porter.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And here's Morris for 3. Ibaka, the pass to Zubac. Beverly dishes to Morris. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Bol can't hit. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Ibaka goes in. And the layup falls.
And with those smooth strides of his, Ibaka able to beat the defender to the punch on that dribble drive.
And that's an intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Murray finds Jokic. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, you look at McGee and the career resurgence he's undergone, guys, outstanding. I mean, when he's been in the right situation, he's been very effective.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Pass to Kennard. And it's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. .149 left here in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kennard.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Denver in the lead. And here is Morris. He dishes it to Millsap. There's the pass to Rivers. Millsap kicks to Dozier. 6 to shoot. Rivers in the corner. The tray. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's Leonard. Pass to Kennard. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket. And it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Morris passes to Dozier. Millsap inside. He's covered by Leonard. Here's McGee, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Clippers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Rondo kicks to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Leonard. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
Morris against Rondo. That's tipped. And it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Kennard for 3. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. We recently checked in with Jamal Murray, who discussed the team's approach to
the mentality of how we play, how we move the ball.
Greg sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Man in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
And he makes that one.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And it's Leonard top of the key. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Pass to Dozier. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. You know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Barton drives in. Bull. A miss that time. Would have put him up. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Porter against Morris.
And not a next-level athlete, but Morris has the ability to face up and beat his man off the dribble. Murray outside.
A 3-ball. The rebound by Ibaka.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Murray dishes to Bol. Inside, here's Jokic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
George passes to Beverly. And George, here we go. And that one drops for him. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Here's Murray. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And he banks in the layup.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
And George kicks to Beverly. George looking over the floor. And Bol pulls it down.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
That's just too easy for Bol. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Beverly against Murray. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And the shot is good. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter.
Murray locked in on the task at hand, not allowing the defense to bother his shot at all.
Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Clippers on top. They leap.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the team. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Denver, Jokic is out there at Bol. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Murray. And it's Porter. And at the 3, the small forward. Here's Murray. No good on the shot. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George. And he slams it down right on top of Michael Porter.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Murray. And the layup is good. Murray's got 6.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Beverly. 9 points in the game so far. Clock at 6. Barton against George. Bucket is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Here's George.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Ferocity on that throwdown from Paul George.
Here's Murray, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations, logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
Murray against Rondo. Lets it go with a 3. Murray, good. Murray's got 8 points in the quarter.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will torch you. Lethal from behind the arc.
And there's the pass to Leonard. Pass to Kennard. Leonard with the ball. 10 points for him. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Outside for Murray. Passes it to Porter. Up again. It's good on the putback.
The towering presence that is Ball. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
Kennard on the wing. Back to Leonard. And that's a foul called on Bol. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Morris into the lane. Millsap passes to McGee. Clippers leading by 9, and now the Clippers on the break. Kennard finds Leonard. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
The Clippers have gone an unbelievable 8 of 8 shooting since halftime. Must have been some kind of pep talk in that locker room. Pass to Cousins. 29 seconds left in the third quarter.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Kennard against Rivers. Out to the right wing. The pass to McGee. Got a piece of it. Outside Rondo. Leonard, the pass to Rondo. Kicks it out to Leonard. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Clippers lead by 11. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
are truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
George against Barton. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs. And he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Murray dishes the Bull. No good that time. Good work defensively by Ibaka. The 3 from George. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Porter, here we go. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
And it's Murray penetrating.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
Leonard with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. Tipped away. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Another shot out to Morris. Back to Leonard. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. The kick out to Porter. Leonard against Murray. Down low. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. From outside, off the mark. The Nuggets trail by 10. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
And Porter drops them both. Los Angeles leading by 8. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Leonard on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Barton. And here's George for 3. Porter pulls it in.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm. Hey, you can't just have skill and confidence to make big shots. You got to have a big ticker, too.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Leonard with no one around. Drills the three-pointer.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Murray surveying the D. Here's Jokic. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
How about that persistence there? Jokic refusing to give up on the glass.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. They didn't. All right, David, thank you. Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the three. And for Dallas, Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. Here's Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Ibaka. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Doncic following the score by Serge Ibaka. Off target with the open look.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Clippers moving the ball around. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Now here's George following the miss by Porzingis. To the inside.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Doncic passes to Richardson. Pass to Cauley-Stein. 6 on the shot clock.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
To the paint. Here's Zubac. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Finney Smith. Now here's Cauley-Stein. Inside. Offensive rebound. Now the pass to Finney Smith. They could use a bucket. Tries yet again. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Outside for George. They grab their own miss. And the wide open shot from Morris. Gets an open look and hits.
Really good job anticipating the rise and fire off the catch. Go ahead, Marcus Morris.
And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And George gets it to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. To the left side wing. High post, Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Kennard finds Cousins. Outside Leonard. Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by Richardson. Mavericks trailed by 5. Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Doncic against Rondo. Here's Cauley-Stein. Makes it off the glass. Cauley-Stein's got 6 points.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Rondo passes to Cousins. Down low. Kennard on the wing. Lets it go from 11. He squares up and sinks it.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
So it's the Mavericks now after the Clippers pick up 2. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
The 3 nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, you got to be better defensively on Rondo there as he comes off that screen.
Got it off in time, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that does it for the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the small forward. Now here's Brunson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Now Leonard. After J.J. Redick's three-pointer that didn't go. Leonard kicks to Rondo. Offline with his 3. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 5. He lobs it up, and the dunk by Powell.
How about the ups of Dwight Powell? He's making these lobs look easy.
Los Angeles has gone 1 or 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Passes it to Kennard. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Powell. Leonard attacking, got a hand on it.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
To the middle, and stolen by Cousins. And here comes Leonard, leading the fast break. Mavericks with the rebound.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Marjanovic passes to Redick. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Here's Powell. Nice move. Marjanovic kicks to Hardaway. Redick passes to Hardaway. Puts up a 3. The Mavericks rebound. Here's Powell. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Well, coming into the league with immense potential. Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. And here are the Mavericks now. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner.
And their offense has all but disappeared this quarter, shooting in the low 30s for the game. They had some success in that first quarter, but not much since then.
Richardson attacking, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Now here's Beverly. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck. The Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
You know, probably could have gone strong to the hoop, but with the D out of position on the break, I like his decision to take the 3.
George dishes to Morris. 43 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's George. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Beverly against Richardson. Out to Porzingis. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Boy, the shot mechanics are just beautiful to watch. Kristaps Porzingis, you cannot give him space.
George with the ball. Ibaka outside. Back to George. He dishes it to Ibaka. Pass to George. Shoots the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Well, Paul George says, I can answer with my own big-time three-point shot. Go to work, PG.
So the clock. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage, but it never got bigger. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, Billy Cauley Stein displaying his skills tonight.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Luka Doncic. Cauley Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. A 2-point game. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Now, here's Doncic. No points in the game yet for him.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
George against Doncic. Doncic with the steal. Here's Richardson. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Against George.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
4 on the shot clock. Porzingis, it's a 2.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of that.
Beverly, the pass to Morris. George looking around. He feeds it to Cousins. Yep, that one goes. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
They are just killing them
on the interior.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Mavericks trail by 5. And an intentional foul right there. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And that's an intentional foul. Cousins, the pass to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Redick for 3. Cousins pulls it in.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Rondo. The Clippers get another chance here. Pass to Cousins. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
Mavericks trail by 5. Brunson scanning the floor. He kicks it to Hardaway. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 5. Now Marjanovic. Hardaway with a wide open look. It's good. This game is all even.
Well, we know that Tim Hardaway Jr. can space the floor. You don't want to allow him to start cooking.
Outside Leonard. Back to Rondo. Leonard kicks to Rondo. There's the pass to Kennard. Here's Cousins. No good that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. The drive by Redick. Passes it to Powell. Count it. Powell's got 7 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, this is a decent free throw shooter. And where Powell could help himself is getting to the line a little bit more.
7 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Upside Rondo. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. It's Dallas ending the 3rd quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Kawhi Leonard is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. And Redick, here we go.
And the defense respects Redick's shooting ability so much that they end up being too physical with him on that one.
The free throw drops for Redick. And both free throws good for Redick.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Brunson against Beverly. Outside, George. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Outside Hardaway. Back to Marjanovic. Banked in off the glass. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And here is Doncic. Out to Hardaway for the three. Another three for Dallas.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Beverly finds George. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Dallas leading by 8. Doncic looking it over. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
We know this. Doncic is an aggressive, thirsty scorer. If you allow airspace, even in the mid-range, he's going to make you pay.
And George kicks to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Doncic passes to Richardson. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Basket counts. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in this second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
The drive by Doncic. Oh, tried it. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Doncic. Shoots off the step back, and another basket for Dallas.
What excellent feel for the game. Luka Doncic might be young, but he can beat and understand any defensive scheme.
Leonard on the wing. The three. Mavericks with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Goes up with a stripe. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
Well, this is a big part of what Dwight Powell needs to do. Battle hard on the offensive glass, turn those second chance opportunities into points.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
What I love about Luka Doncic is how much fun he has playing the game. Shots like that, the flair just demonstrate it.
Now the Mavericks with it. Outside, Porzingis. From deep three-point range, that one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now, here's George. And again, no good by the Clippers. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wide open look here for CLA Stein. Misses the deep three-point attempt. Here's George. Ibaka outside to end the run. And it's George again missing. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win even early up. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Morris. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Ande Hollis Jefferson out there with Giles. And it's Nurkic in its center. Now here's McCollum. And there's the pass to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. 6 to shoot. Here's Lillard. The rebound by Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Morris into the lane. George looking around. And George with the stuff.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now, here's Lillard. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Here's Beverly after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Pass to Ibaka. It's Morris atop the key. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it, too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he did.
Now here's McCollum. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. No good with the triple. Here's George. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the basket by McCollum.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Lillard against Beverly. Feeds it to Morris. Shoots it up. Tries again. Here's Zubac. You can't hit that time. And it's Portland the other way. Hollis Jefferson with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Beverly. It's blocked. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
Elbow shot is on the way. McCollum against Morris. Stolen by Zubac. Now here's Beverly. Guarded closer. And he gets it back. Shoots over Lillard. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
And Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first quarter. Passes to Simons. To the paint, and stolen by Cousins. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Basket good. It's all knotted up.
And the quick feet of Beverly really jetting it down the open court for a high percentage opportunity.
Pass to Ganner. To the inside. Simons. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
You know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Now here's Anthony. For 3, Covington. That one doesn't drop.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Leonard, the pass to Mann. Leonard kicks to Kennard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
When he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Simons surveying the D. Here's Anthony. They can't stop the run with that one. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. Leonard's got 6.
Oh, tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assist list. Incredible career that keeps going.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Well, credit the coaching. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's Mann in at the 3 spot.
That's number 2 on him already. A 3rd foul before the half, and he may be grabbing some time.
Here's Leonard, and it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Leonard's got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. The pass to Simons. Back to Anthony, and stolen by Cousins. All alone, and Covington sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Pass to Leonard.
Nice contest by Canton in time. This is a portion of his game he's improved on. Effort on D.
Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 2nd quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Leonard with the ball. Now Anthony defending, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one's on Anthony. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Rondo passes to Kennard. With some arc. Covington against Leonard. Misses from short range.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. And, you know, you could see him bait him into that one. He was just waiting on that pass, and as soon as it came out of the post, he was all over it.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. George with the ball. Hollis Jefferson's there. The shot's good.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
That's a 2 from Lillard. McCollum against George. 5 to shoot. Hollis Jefferson kicks to McCollum. The rebound by Ibaka.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
That one goes in. George has got 6.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Passes it to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Down low. Nurkic in the post. Working on Zubac. And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giles. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles leading by 12. Inside, Nurkic with the steal.
Turnovers haven't been a problem for them so far, but they didn't do a very good job taking care of the ball right there.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. George with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
You're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup it and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
Norman Powell's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Here's Lillard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to McCollum. Nurkic with it. To the middle. Here's Giles. And he slams it one-handed.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
To the paint, Nurkic with the steal. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. That's a 2 from Lillard. They get it back. And he lays it straight in. McCollum's got it back down to within single digits for Portland.
Oh, he plays with so much heart, McCollum. I mean, is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Cousins is checked in. Now, here is George. Covered by Hollis Jefferson. And it's denied. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. George dishes to Ibaka. The shot's good on the assist by George. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Cullen passes to Hollis Jefferson. Kicks it out to Lillard. Releases from 15, and he hits the jumper for 2.
Not just an interior threat, the in-between jumper. I mean, Nurkic possesses is often right on the money, too.
Beverly against Lillard. Outside, George. And a missed late.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
I really like the hustle of Morris. He does it to...
And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 9 points. Shaq, what was your takeaway? And...
if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Giles is out there with Hollis Jefferson, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team. His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Clippers leading by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. George passes to Beverly. Shot clock at 6. And George, here we go. Count that one. George has got 10.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
It's McCollum on the wing. 20 feet out. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 6 points for him.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
Beverly against Lillard. And it's Beverly missing. Trailblazers trail by 10. And the pass to Giles. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Some solid defense from Lillard. And for Portland, they're shooting 41% for the game. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
Man, how about them not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Outside, George. Off target at the rim.
It's still early, but a 1 for 4 starts in the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Powell, the pass to Cantor. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Back to Anthony, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Los Angeles leading by 8. Rondo scanning the floor. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And Leonard has it in the corner. 5 on the clock. Unable to get that one. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's Simon. Portland no good that time either. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Leonard attacking. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. A minute 42 left in the third quarter of the game. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Up top, Leonard. Defended by Covington. Trying to end the drought.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his struggles tonight.
To the inside, Covington with the steal. Here's Cantor. Poke loose. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Clippers have possession. Clippers leading by 8. Here's Kennard. And the layup's good off the glass.
Not just a jump shooter. Kennard is more than capable of doing real damage from the interior as well.
Here's Simons. Down low. Cantor. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Man. Now Zubats. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the third. Cantor inside. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Back to Powell. 5 to shoot. Anthony finds Covington. Can't cash in from close range. Powell against Leonard. Pass to Man. Back to Leonard. It'll count. And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Man in at the 3 slot. Rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers trail by 10. Pass to Simon. To the inside. Powell goes up and lays it nice and easy.
I mean, it's time for him to take over. He's played it cool long enough. And I think he realizes that.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And George kicks to Beverly. Back to George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
That free throw good from George. And Portland making a change here. Covington's checked in. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. And George drops them both.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Lillard with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. Lillard against Beverly. Sent away.
And Beverly just goes all out on defense, which is what allows him to come up with these rejections.
George passes to Ibaka. Beverly against Lillard. Back to Morris. And Covington sends it back. Hollis Jefferson in the post. Covered by Morris. To the middle. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Here's McCollum. And the rejection by Cousins. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 3 assists now in this one. Now Lillard. He dishes it to McCollum. Over Cousins. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 12 points with the basket from McCollum.
Got to admire the precise shooting of McCullough. He's phenomenal at shooting over defenders. He has such a quick release.
George dishes to Ibaka. From deep. The Clippers rebound. The pass to Beverly. George with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. And it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And it's in there.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
And Beverly kicks to George. .146 left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 11 in the second half.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
A three from McCollum. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the D. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
Ibaka, the pass to Morris.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
From deep, George. Rebounded by Covington.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
A wide open look here for Ibaka. Had the space there, but it's offline. And now Portland on the break. Back to Lillard. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, probably just as good as any point guard.
So the Clippers with the win. They came in here and took, thank you, David, great.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the four-man position. And for the Nuggets, they've got Nikola Jokic. Murray out there with Will Barton. Then there's Bull. And it's Porter in at the three slot. Now here's Murray. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. And just about a minute into the first quarter. And Beverly kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Barton. Shot's good by Ibaka.
Wow, that was a nice athletic roll out of the screen. Ibaka moves with tremendous ease.
Here's Murray. About a minute and a half through the first quarter.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
George dishes to Morris. Back to George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got his second basket.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
And Murray, here we go. And it's Murray with the jam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Now here's Murray. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. And it's Murray with the jam. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Beverly against Murray. Beverly the pass to George. And here is Ibaka. Back to George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Denver shooting their first free throws of this one.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And he makes the first. Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. And Morris drops them both. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. Back to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard attacking, and then Leonard with the dunk.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
The Nuggets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Morris inside. He's covered by Rondo. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Man passes to Leonard. Picked off in midair. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Offensive rebound. The shot's good from McGee.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Nuggets shooting 40% here in the early stages. Here's Morris. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Yeah, he's a one-man show in transition. Impressive play, taking it right to the rim.
Morris, no good. The Clippers have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Kennard's shot is off. Nuggets trail. Leonard with the steal. Here's Rondo. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Morris looking over the floor. Out to the right wing. It could go, and that one released in time, but no good. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 4. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Monte Morris. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Dozier in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. The Nuggets trail by 4. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And Morris drops them both. Now here's Rondo. Outside Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
Morris passes to Rivers. Back to Morris. Cousins against McGee. Pass to Morris. Here's Dozier. Second chance shot. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from McGee.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point. Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
Here's Cousins. Goes back up, and it's good on the way in. Cousins has got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Dozier, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Smitty, the change for McGee's pretty simple. He got some direction on how to play. Now he does everything he can to play within himself.
Kevin, that has been a huge difference maker for JaVale McGee. And you know, when he's focused, he can make an impact. Plays in short bursts, but very effective.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. Bol comes in for Paul Millsap. Martin's checked in for Rivers. And it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Here's Barton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The Nuggets have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. That free throw good from Barton. That one drops. He ties it up. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Beverly, the pass to George. Oh, that's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
The pass to Barton. It's tipped. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Barton. Here's Beverly. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Murray against Beverly. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. It's stolen by Morris. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And that one is good. That's 10 points for George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Here's Murray. It's hauled in by Zubac. Los Angeles leading by 6. Morris with the ball. Out guarded by Murray. Morris kicks to Zubac. Over in the corner, Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. George against Barton. And it goes down 2 points. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
Here's Murray. 2 points. That one goes.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Pass to Ibaka. Kicks it to George. Passes it to Beverly. Back to George. From deep three-point range, that shot is off. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points and 1 assist. Thanks for joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Rajon Rondo. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward position. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
And the amazing athleticism of Murray, just taking off towards the rim for the jam.
Rondo looking around. Ibaka right side. Rondo against Murray. Rondo, no good.
It seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
The kick out to Barton. In the corner, Bull with it. It's stolen by Rondo. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Left side, Ibaka. Back to Leonard from past the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Outside Rondo. To the paint. Here's Mann. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Back to Murray. Outside Porter. Bob pass to Gordon. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Rondo kicks to Ibaka. Inside, Kennard. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Zubac, that's good.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Morris outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got 6 points. Clippers leading by 6. 1:58 left to play in the third. George with the ball. 12 points for him. Pass to Morris. Shot clock at 5. He dishes it to Cousins. And the basket is good. Cousins has got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And the pass to McGee. Here's Dozier. Covered by Morris. Knocked away. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Morris throws it down.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Morris outside. Pass to Dozier. Beyond the arc. It doesn't go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Passes it to Zubac. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Nobody near George. Good on the three-point shot. 15 points in the game.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Morris outside. And another miss by Denver.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Outside for George. Three-pointer. And it's Cousins with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his fourth rebound in this one. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. George looking over the floor.
Boy, he's focused. Rivers has the intensity and size to defend at a high level.
To halt the run, and he sinks the layup. Good chance here for George. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. What a night they've had in. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so here's Denver. It's a 16-point game. Cole is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Barton inside the line.
I like when Kennard hustles on D. He's capable of making a difference on that end.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The offensive rebound over to the wing. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Nuggets trail by 16. Barton passes to Porter. Back to Barton. It's Jokic top of the key. He kicks it to Barton. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. The kick out to Porter. Pass to Jokic. He feeds it to Bull. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bull. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
Outside Leonard. High post Cousins. There's the pass to Mann. Clock at 6. A 3 from Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Murray with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And so they foul intentionally. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Clippers on defense. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Here's Murray. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Murray is so skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting to the charity stripe.
And so Murray nails both of them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Beverly against Murray. Pass to Ibaka. Back to George. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
It's one of those nights where George's number has been called time after time.
And here is Murray. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
George finds Leonard over Bull. That one off the back iron and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And that one falls for Bull.
And like his father, Manu, Bull's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
George passes to Leonard. 1:44 left to play here in the fourth. Passes it to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. The three from George. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 10. It's Barton on the wing. To the paint. Here's Bull. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
And George kicks to Beverly. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Now George. The shake. And that's 2 points on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 10.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Los Angeles.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Murray, the pass to Porter. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Paul George with the steal. Here's Beverly. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And in the... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.